Hey, you. Quick question for you. Are you feeling genuinely happy right now?
Yeah, take a breath. Just check in.
Maybe it's a definite yes, maybe, a hesitant no.
Or that kind of, not really feeling we sometimes get.
Right. Well, whatever your answer is, you're definitely in the right place today.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this deep dive, we're setting out to explore some surprisingly simple ways to maybe boost your happiness.
And it really starts with your thoughts, your actions, even the words you choose to use.
So let's think about what happiness even is. It's fascinating how we often make it seem really complicated.
It is. Psychology often talks about it as like a state of contentment, a sense of inner peace, maybe a feeling of lightness.
Yeah, lightness, I like that.
And it's really important, I think, to get that this isn't about constantly chasing thrills, you know?
Right, or waiting for the lottery win or something huge.
Exactly. It's usually more about tuning into and really appreciating the good moments that are kind of already there in our day.
Okay, so let's maybe zoom in on one key idea that came up a lot. Contentment.
Yes.
Contentment.
It's not about having absolutely everything we could ever want, right?
No, not at all. It's more like feeling, well, peaceful and satisfied with what's already in your life. Kind of a quiet, grounded feeling of just being okay.
Our sources actually suggested trying to internalize this using a few simple phrases.
Yeah, sort of like affirmations.
Exactly. So give this a try with me if you like. Just say, I feel content.
I feel content.
Say it again. I feel content.
I feel content.
Now try this one. I don't have everything, but I'm thankful for what I do have.
That's a good one. I don't have everything, but I'm thankful for what I do have.
Say it like you mean it, you know? I don't have everything, but I'm thankful for what I do have. How does that feel? Does it settle things a bit?
It really can. That feeling, that contentment, it's powerful because it gently shifts our focus, doesn't it?
Yeah, away from always wanting more. Exactly. Towards valuing what's right here, right now. In the bigger picture, it's about actively training our minds to see and appreciate the good stuff around us.
Instead of always chasing some, like, future perfect version of happy.
Precisely.
Okay. So in our time together today, we're going to unpack some of the language we can use around happiness.
Mm-hmm. The vocabulary.
And then we'll get into some of the actual science, what the research says really makes us feel good,
Should be interesting. Maybe a few aha moments along the way.
hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into some of that vocabulary first. The words our sources highlighted for talking about being happy.
Sometimes just saying the words helps, right?
It really can. So
Yeah.
listen, and maybe repeat after me if you feel like it. Joy,
Joy,
peace of mind,
peace of mind. Mm-hmm.
grateful,
Grateful,
cheerful,
cheerful,
in a good mood.
in a good mood.
Yeah, life is good.
Life is good. I'm doing okay.
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Often underrated, that one.
Totally. Smiling helps me feel better. Smiling helps me feel better.
And a simple walk makes my day.
A simple walk makes my day. Yeah, those words themselves feel kind of bright, don't they?
They really do.
And what's interesting there is how these, seemingly simple phrases can almost act like little anchors for positive feelings.
Anchors, yeah.
By consciously using this kind of language, we're not just, describing how we feel, we're almost inviting that feeling in.
No, that's a good way to put it,
The-
inviting it in.
And this connects directly to the science of happiness, especially the field of positive psychology.
Right, positive psychology.
Which, as our sources mention, is basically all about understanding what helps humans flourish and, experience well-being. It's the study of what makes life worth living, essentially.
Okay, so speaking of that science, let's get into it. Our sources flagged 3 really compelling research-backed factors that seem to play a big role in how happy we feel.
Mm-hmm. What's the first one?
The first one might seem a bit obvious, but it's so basic. Relationships really matter.
Connection.
Yeah. It turns out people who have regular conversations, just talking with friends and family, they tend to report being happier.
And the cool thing is it doesn't have to be these massive, deep talks every time, right?
No, exactly. Even just short chats, checking in, that seems to make a real difference.
It really highlights our, fundamental human need for connection,
Yeah.
for belonging.
Definitely.
Thinking bigger picture, it shows how our social network, our friends and family, they act like a buffer against stress.
Yeah, a buffer. That makes sense.
And they really add to our overall well-being. What's interesting is that emphasis on regular conversations.
Right, not just once in a while.
Yeah. It suggests it's the consistent, maybe smaller doses of connection that really add up for our happiness.
Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, scientifically supported.
Yeah.
experiences tend to bring us more lasting happiness than material things.
Yes, experiences over things. We hear this a lot.
We do. Think about it, like that shiny new phone might be exciting for a bit.
Oh yeah, that initial thrill.
But the memories you make on a trip, or maybe learning a new skill, that feeling often stays with you. It keeps bringing joy long after it's over.
Absolutely. The happiness from, say, a new purchase, it can be intense at first, but it often fades pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, the novelty wears off.
Right.
Yeah.
But the joy of remembering, a great moment you shared or that feeling of accomplishment when you learned something new, that tends to come back again and again.
Yeah.
It kind of raises a good question for you, the listener. Where do you tend to put most of your time and energy? Into acquiring things or creating experiences?
Good question. And finally, the third scientific insight,
Mhm.
helping others actually makes us feel better.
The kindness effect.
Yeah. Even small acts of kindness, like, a simple smile at someone or holding a door open, that can give our own happiness a surprising little boost.
It really can.
Our sources even suggested, hey, try to do just one small kind thing today. See how it feels.
It's such a powerful reminder that happiness isn't some, limited pie,
Right, it's not zero sum.
No. When we help someone else feel good, it creates this positive ripple. It helps the receiver and the giver.
Yeah.
And what's great is the simplicity. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture. Just small, everyday acts of kindness can really make a difference to how we feel.
Okay, now let's just pause for a quick mindfulness moment here.
Good idea. Little reset.
Our sources suggest taking a little time to just turn inward can really help us reconnect with maybe some joy, feel a bit more grounded. So if it's safe for you to do it right now, maybe gently close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath in, feel the air filling you up.
And then exhale slowly. Just let go of any tension you might be holding on to.
Let's try that again. A deep breath in.
And a slow, gentle breath out.
Good. Now, as you stay in this quiet moment, I'd like to offer 3 simple questions.
Just for you to consider silently. No need to answer out loud. Just let the thoughts drift.
Okay, first, what's one small thing you're genuinely grateful for today?
Could be anything. The sun, a nice cup of coffee, a kind word.
Second, who is someone in your life whose presence just brings you joy? Maybe you picture their face, their smile.
Who makes you feel good?
And third, what's one small act of self-care you can offer yourself today?
Maybe taking 5 extra minutes for yourself, doing a quick stretch, anything kind just for you.
Just taking these few moments, this quiet reflection, it can really help us tune into the good stuff that's already here.
Yeah, give us a little mental and emotional lift, like hitting a mini reset button for your mood.
Exactly.
And this brief practice, this mindfulness, it helps us become more aware, doesn't it? Aware of how we're feeling inside and aware of those little positive things we might normally just rush past.
Yeah, connects right back to noticing and nurturing the good moments.
Precisely.
Okay, now let's delve into some daily habits. Things our sources suggest can really add up to a happier life over time.
Practical stuff. Good.
Yeah, and these are backed by science and just, experience. First one, keeping a gratitude journal.
The gratitude journal.
Now, this doesn't have to be some big complicated thing. It's literally just writing down, say, 3 good things that happened each day.
And they can be tiny, right?
Totally tiny, like really enjoying that cup of tea or, finally understanding something in your English lesson or just noticing the weather was nice.
The key idea, I think, is that doing this regularly actually trains your brain.
Trains it how?
Well, it trains it to actively look for and focus on the positive things in your day rather than just dwelling on the negative.
Okay. So you start noticing more good stuff automatically.
Exactly. And it's the cumulative effect. Doing it consistently, even in small ways, can genuinely shift your baseline happiness level over time.
Interesting. Okay, second habit. This is one many of us probably need, myself included. Scheduling some digital detox time.
Oh, yeah. Screen time breaks.
Our sources recommend even just 30 minutes a day completely away from your phone.
What could you do instead?
Well, step outside, maybe read a book, just rest your eyes.
Wow.
Basically anything that doesn't involve a screen.
And the thinking behind that.
The idea is that being constantly connected, always on, it's actually pretty draining for our brains.
It really is cognitive fatigue.
Right. And a little bit of digital quiet can bring a surprising amount of peace and, joy.
It's so important in our world today, isn't it? Taking that deliberate break lets our minds rest and recharge.
Yeah.
Big picture, it's about setting healthy boundaries with tech, really, protecting our mental space and making room for other things.
Okay, habit number 3. This is about the powerful combo of movement and music.
Ah, yes. Get moving. Put on some tunes.
Our sources really encourage getting your body moving. Doesn't have to be a marathon, though.
No, like a short dance break in the kitchen.
Exactly. Or just going for a walk while listening to music you love.
Yeah.
It even suggests thinking right now about a song that almost always makes you smile.
Mm-hmm. Got one.
Yeah, I do, actually. And maybe listen to it after this deep dive.
That link between moving your body and listening to music is pretty amazing. Movement releases endorphins.
The feel-good chemicals.
Right. And music, well, it hits our emotions directly, often instantly. So it's a simple but really effective way to lift your spirits.
Inject a bit of joy into the day. Okay, 4th daily habit. This is one we maybe don't think about enough. Practicing speaking kindly to ourselves.
Self-talk. Yeah, that inner voice.
Our sources point out how often we have that inner critic going, saying things like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I always mess that up.
That negative chatter.
Yeah. And the suggestion is to consciously notice that and try to reframe it. Change it to something more positive, more encouraging.
Like what? Give us an example.
Like instead of I'm not good enough, maybe I'm learning and growing, or instead of I always mess up, I'm doing the best I can, or maybe every day I'm getting a little bit better.
It's basically about cultivating self-compassion, isn't it?
Self-compassion, yeah.
That conversation we have inside our heads, it has a huge impact on our self-esteem or happiness. So consciously choosing kinder words for ourselves creates a nicer place to be inside your own head.
Yeah, a more nurturing internal environment.
Or makes you more resilient too, maybe.
Definitely. Fosters resilience and positivity.
Okay, and the 5th and final daily habit, it brings together something totally essential and something surprisingly simple.
Okay, what is it?
Getting enough sleep and starting your day with a smile.
Sleep and a smile. Okay.
I mean, sleep is just fundamental, right, for our bodies, our minds.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Can't overstate the importance of good sleep.
And the smile part. Sources suggest making a conscious effort to just smile when you start your day, even if you don't really feel like it at first.
Even a forced smile.
Apparently, yes. Even if it feels a bit fake initially, that physical act can actually send positive signals to your brain.
Huh. That's interesting. That small action of smiling, even if it's put on, might trigger some of those feel-good neurochemicals.
Right. A tiny action, but potentially a noticeable impact on how you start your day.
Worth a try.
Definitely. Okay, now our sources actually had a little role play section, just a short conversation snippet to show how you might talk about feeling happy in English.
Oh, cool. Practical application.
Yeah, so I'm going to read both parts, but when you hear the line starting with you, that's your cue if you want to repeat it out loud. Ready?
This kind of practice is really good for making it real, building confidence to actually use these ideas in conversation.
Okay, here we go then. Hey, you look really happy today.
Okay, now your turn.
You. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I went for a walk this morning.
Good. Next line for me.
Host. That's great. What made your walk so nice?
And your response.
You. The weather was perfect and I listened to my favorite music.
Nice. My turn again.
Host. That sounds wonderful. Do you often go walking?
And your final line.
You. I try to go at least 3 times a week. It helps me relax.
Okay.
How did that feel? It's a pretty normal little chat, right?
Yeah, totally natural.
Our sources suggest maybe saying those lines aloud a few more times later today, just to get comfortable with them.
Yeah, that role play gives you a really useful, practical kind of template, doesn't it, for everyday chats about feeling good.
Normalizes talking of positive stuff.
And gives you phrases you can adapt easily for yourself.
All right, so for your listener challenge today, here it is. I want you to commit to doing just one thing, one small thing, that brings you a little bit of happiness.
Doesn't have to be huge.
No, not at all. Could be sending a nice text to someone. Could be finally listening to that favorite song we mentioned.
Or just taking 5 quiet minutes for yourself.
Or even watching a funny cat video, whatever works. And then, if you can, head over to the comment section wherever you're listening.
And share it with us.
Yeah, just right. One thing that made me happy today was we would genuinely love to see what brought a little smile to your face.
That call to action is great because it helps turn all this information into, actual action.
Makes it real.
Exactly. By doing even one small thing, you're actively taking part in, cultivating more positivity for yourself.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into finding a bit more happiness.
And maybe improving your English along the way, too.
Hopefully. Before you head off, if you found this helpful or just enjoyed it, please do hit that like button.
Subscribe too so you don't miss our weekly deep dives.
And maybe share it with someone you think might appreciate a little dose of positivity today.
We really do try to bring you content that helps with your English learning and encourages a positive mindset.
Your support really does help us keep doing this.
It absolutely does.
This has been The Deep Dive. Remember, be kind to yourself.
Be gentle.
Keep practicing that English every day.
And always, always try to find at least one thing to smile about. We'll catch you next time.
Until then, keep learning and keep smiling.